CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes joins us now with more on all of this. Hey there, Nancy. Good morning. So what more do we know about this, quote, major trade deal?
Well, most of what we know right now, Errol, comes from various things that the president has been posting on Truth Social this morning. He said that this is going to be a full and comprehensive deal that he is announcing with the UK. But, of course, we'll want to take a look at the fine print and also hear what the Brits have to say about how far along these negotiations actually are. And what we'll be watching for in particular is whether this deal means that Trump will be rolling back the 10% tariffs that he placed on goods coming from the UK, as he did with most other countries, and then 25% tariffs on British cars. In some ways, it's not a surprise that the first breakthrough after weeks of negotiations with a whole host of countries might come with the UK, because unlike a lot of other countries, the U.S. actually runs a trade surplus with the UK, and it's trade deficits that seem to upset the president the most when the U.S. buys more goods from a particular country than that country buys from us. That is not a problem in this case, and that may be why, even though the administration says that it's talking to the 17 of the biggest countries in the world, that the UK is the first one that will be hearing about some kind of deal or arrangement with a little later today.
Yeah, that's a really important note of context when it comes to this specific trade relationship. I want to ask you about the Fed. The Federal Reserve announced it will leave interest rates unchanged. It still did note that the trade war is providing uncertainty. How is the White House reacting to that, especially in light of the president's attacks on the Fed chair?
Yeah, not well. President Trump, a short time ago, posting that Jerome Powell is a fool who does not have a clue because the Fed chair once again chose to leave interest rates unchanged and did not bring them down. Powell said over and over again yesterday that uncertainty, and he used that word frequently, uncertainty about the duration and the size of the president's tariffs is a key factor in why the Fed is not lowering rates at this time. It's taking a wait-and-see approach. And Powell, once again, in very strong terms, warned that if these tariffs remain in place for a long period of time, that they are going to lead to a rise in inflation, a rise in unemployment, and a drop in economic growth. And that may be why you saw the president lash out this morning.
All right, Nancy Cordes, thank you very much.